Good morning and welcome back to a day one tutorial series video. My name is Patrick. I'm the Product and Services Director here at Nova Family. And today we're going to be doing a very specific tutorial on the information flow between VetifyPro and your practice management system. So what we're going to be looking at is how to get the information from your PMS and into VetifyPro utilizing previous history PDFs. And then at the end of a case, getting the information back from VetifyPro into your practice management system utilizing the veterinary summaries. Also, just a few tips about the various summaries as they are very important and you want to utilize them at their full capability. What we're not going to cover is some of the other sort of admin details of VetifyPro. These are covered in other videos and we want to keep things focused. So let's jump straight into it. Here is our website. We go to account login, log into the Nova Vet portal, and we click on VetifyPro here. So we get our very basic appointment list, and we're going to create a new appointment. So we bring up our client, check the details, and we bring up the patient. Today we're going to be looking at Bailey, a 9-year-old lab. We choose a time, we choose a vet, and we choose an appointment type. And here we have the previous history. I've already done it, but let's delete this for now. So this is very important. This is how you get the information from your practice management system and into VetifyPro. So you simply download the previous history or the clinical records from your practice management system and upload them here, previous history. Or if the client has come from another clinic, you could, of course, and they sent their previous history with them, you can, of course, do that. You can, of course, upload that here as well. Also important to note, you could upload multiple PDFs at once. So if they have also sent a bunch of blood reports or, anything like that, histopathology reports, then you can upload it all at once and the algorithm will take it all into account. So why is Bailey here today? Let's just say vomiting and diarrhea. We don't need to spell things right. And a physical exam, we'll just say we're bright. PE-NAD, just very quickly here, and we'll jump into our consultation. So what we're going to see right away is in the initial section of the VetifyPro output, we're going to get a bit of a summary of the previous history, and which is very, very nice to have for any veterinarian. I'm sure every vet knows that it's often very difficult to read through an entire history, especially in a time pressure situation. So now, before even walking into the door, technically, you could have this summary of the relevant prior history. So we're saying that we've had issues with our weight, classic lab, recurrent GI signs, some derm issues, some dental disease, and some mild anemia under investigation. Again, just really, really solid items taken out of the previous history that now you have these in the back of your mind. Okay, so of course we have the whole rest of the VetifyPro recommendation outputs. We're not going to get into that today. Today we're going to look at, let's say you've now gone through your VetifyPro consultation or case. Let's say this animal has been in for days in hospital or whatever. You've done bloods and you've gotten your recommendations over and over from VetifyPro, every time regenerating with new information added. But let's say eventually you finish the case. So we certainly recommend that you updates to the case. So whether these are physical exam updates or blood updates or owner history updates, that you just put it all into VetifyPro, rather, of course, not typing it twice in VetifyPro and your practice management system. Because then we'll show you here that utilizing the report and the summaries, you can get all the notes back into your practice management system with a couple clicks of a button. And that is very, very, very powerful. And this is where you make up some of the time that you may have lost at the very beginning of the consult, having to, create a client and create a patient, which are still very fast, but they do take a few seconds, but you can make that time up here at the end. Okay, so here we have our full report, and as you can see, it's a very comprehensive report with case overview, a clinical history, really nice here, a timeline of events from the previous history, the physical exam from today, diagnostics from today, treatment, prognosis, progress, prognosis, and a final summary. So again, a nice comprehensive report. It's of course editable as you need it, but then and of course you can copy it or download as a PDF. But this is of course probably too comprehensive to get back into your practice management system. So instead we have generating the vet summary. So the vet summary is now a summary of this report that's formatted like an entry into a practice management system. So it's formatted with, presenting issues, and then your SOAP or HEAP note format. So history, physical exam, assessment, and plan, and then a communication summary at the end. And so you can see here now much, much more concise and suitable for putting back into a practice management system. You can, again, delete or add things as needed. So of course you can add things just as you want, but it's doing 90% of the work for the whole case of the clinical notes that you can then copy and paste back into your practice management system. So this is where you can make up a ton of time. Just a few notes about this. It will automatically save. So there's no save button. They will get automatically saved. If, for example, you did something crazy and deleted everything, and now you regret deleting that and you want it back, the way to regenerate the summary is to make some changes and then regenerate. So let's say we write 2 days. Then we can see in the differentials and plan, we can regenerate the results, which will give us a new list of recommendations. And then we could come back in, generate a new report, and we could then generate a new vet summary. So that's just as a backup if you happen to delete everything. So finally, let's just look at our second summary here, the pet owner summary. Now, the pet owner summary is, as the name suggests, it's still a summary of the full report, but it's formatted as an email to the client. So in terms of the language and the tone that is used, you can see here that, it's addressed to the client. We have the client information, we have the animal information, we have the clinic information. So, thank you for bringing Bailey. I appreciate your trust in us. I want to reassure you. So very nice language. And then a description of the problem, the summary of the visit, what we're thinking, recommended plan, next steps, sincerely. Of course, again, all editable as you need, and then you can copy and paste into your email client, paste into WhatsApp, paste into wherever, and then if you happen to need it, you can download it. Okay, so just as a quick summary, this video shows you how to quickly get the email out of the practice management system and into VetifyPro. You then perform your consultation within VetifyPro. And then at the end, you can very quickly get your summaries, your vet summary and your pet owner summary, but particularly your vet summary, copy pasting it back into VetifyPro. So saving time and removing the need to duplicate work. And of course, we don't want you to be duplicating work. And that's then how you get the information back into VetifyPro, back into your PMS. Okay, thanks for staying with me for this video. See you in the next one.